I don't know. Anyway, welcome to another video, guys. Welcome to episode 2 of League of Legends and how to carry out of the bronze, silver into gold. Again, I explained it in the last video. I really don't think I need to explain it again too much, other than, I'm not going to teach you how to get to platinum or diamond, because honestly that's not my skill level. But I will teach you to get to gold, and then you could start following the other people out there that are diamond that say how to carry solo queue. Because once you get to gold, it's slightly different. It's a little bit easier because there's more skillful people in there. There's not as many trolls. There's still trolls. No matter where you go, no matter what elo you're in, there's always going to be trolls. Because it's an online game. There's always going to be somebody trolling. Learn it, live it, deal with it. That's all I can tell you. Anyway, moving on. So the first episode, I really covered the basics of warding, why you need to do it, and why it's important to get you out of certain elos. The second thing that you really need to use and utilize a lot inside games, and this is where it comes with experience over time. It's not something, it might be something you first of all pick up the second you start playing. You might notice it, you might be able to start using it the second you start playing. But for some of you, you don't notice it. It comes with experience, it comes with playing, and it's like learning to punish someone for the mistakes they make. So, in a lot of games, you'll find yourself, you'll realize, on times that you get killed or times that you have been, punished for your mistakes, it's like the other person just noticed it and capitalized on it. And that brief split second that you have to react to something is where it comes on. It's like I've been noticing a lot, and that's how I kind of, carried a lot of games with Thresh as a support. Because if somebody steps up and makes a mistake and you can land that split second hook, that will put them into a position where your entire team could follow up and kill them and take them out of a fight, and then you can just initiate 4v5 from there. It all comes down to noticing that split-second decision when somebody makes a mistake. And if you could capitalize on it by doing something, whether you be a support, an AD carry, a mid laner, top laner, jungler, it's all where it comes in, is finding the situation in every lane. Everyone does it. They either don't ward properly in the lane to make sure that they're not going to get ganked from your jungler, or they're overconfident in themselves because they believe that their champion counters your champion. Now, at the end of the day, until you get to Diamond Elo or Platinum, I'm probably saying Platinum, I haven't played in there yet. I've played against some Platinum people, but it doesn't necessarily mean much. Until you get to a point, your skill level will overcompensate any counters. So people will talk about all day long, this champion counters that champion counters this champion. It doesn't matter in bronze, silver, or gold. It really doesn't, and at the end of the day, you'll learn this. Because it doesn't matter how good the counter kit is built for the champions, it's at the end of the day, a Janna will counter any type of, initiator like Thresh or a... what's the other word I'm looking for? Leona. Those two supports right there, it's a Janna will counter that. Yeah, great, here, you come in. Janna will just ult, knock everyone away, and reset the fight. And pending how many ults were used on that hook that you initiated on, it could do things. So, but that being said, some Jannas, again, not everybody that plays Janna knows the best way to utilize her ult. Not everyone that plays a Thresh knows the best way to utilize his hooks and plays. Because of this, inside the bronze, silver, and gold elo, or divisions, whatever you want to call it, you can punish people for the mistakes they make, the choices that they make, and how to best suit yourself for that. So having that brief second of time where you go and say, oh look, that ADC stepped up the wrong way and it's not lined up, and you know you can land the hook or force them to flash or force them to use a summoner spell, it's if you can get that out of them early, you can do things, especially during the laning phase, especially if you're playing a support, if you're playing an AD carry, a mid laner, or a top laner, getting them to use their flash as soon as possible will control a game left and right. Because if you're able to force them to flash defensively, and your jungler hasn't even come into lane, or you really weren't planning to initiate, you were just kind of harassing or something of the sort, and you were able to get them to blow their flash, that's 5 minutes of them not being able to flash somewhere. So for champions that have no escape, your Banes, your Jinx, your Kog'Maws, your mid laners that don't have mobility kits, against Lissandra, it doesn't really matter because Lissandra can just get out of the way anyway, or she can initiate however she wants, it doesn't really matter. But getting someone to use their flash that has no escape makes it a completely different game. So, again, the entire aspect of this video is to get you to understand, watching for people to make certain mistakes and capitalizing on them. Capitalizing on somebody's mistake will continually control the game left and right. Like, you'll go from a situation where it's like many times as Thresh, we've been behind 4, 5, 6 kills, couple turrets, down like 3,000-4,000 gold. As long as you can like stall out certain points and capitalize on the one mistake that an AD carry is going to be because he or she's overconfident that she's fed and she can win against a 1v3 fight or a 1v4 fight, it really doesn't make a difference so long as you know that you could capitalize on certain mistakes, because somebody will get overconfident. Somebody will be like, oh, I can definitely do this. And it's classic on me. I've done it so many times, I can't tell you. Like, on my Lee Sin, it's like, I'll be like 8-1 and be like, oh, I'm overfed. I can go into this. I can do this. And then it's like, I'll go in and make the mistake of landing Q on somebody and then trying to make a quick play of, like, Dragon Raging someone out to my team. And what it will wind up doing is, yeah, I'll Dragon Rage someone, but it won't go in the way that I want it to. They won't get Dragon Raged towards my team. They'll get Dragon Raged away. And it just happens enough that I make these mistakes, and then they're able to get shutdown gold off me because I made the mistake of going in at the wrong time. So, again, capitalizing on someone's mistake when they do something can control outcomes of games left and right. So if you're going to sit there and say, oh, well, I can't carry in this elo, you're wrong. You can definitely carry 1v5 in any game. It doesn't matter what champion you're playing, because I've done it as Thresh, I've done it as Vayne, I've done it as Lee Sin, I've done it as Rengar, I've done it as Talon, I've done it as Renekton, I've done it as Rumble. Like, and of course, like, I'm naming like some pretty OP champions right now. Like, Renekton and Rumble are probably like two of the best top laners, I think, just because like their kit is it's really hard to beat. It's really hard to shut down late game. Now, Renekton not so much as Rumble, because like Rumble, once he gets a couple items under him, his ultimate is just, the equalizer really does equalize out games. Because, like, you get Leandra's Torment on top of him, it's just insane how much damage this ult does. But that really doesn't make the major difference in it, is knowing what you can use to carry, what you can use to win, is knowing how to capitalize on people's mistakes to get the early advantage. And it's been best said by, like, everyone. Like, Foxdrop has said it, I think Red Mercy said it in his videos. Like, everyone has said it in their videos and everything. It's like, if you're snowballing in your lane and you're winning your lane, you need to, like, push the tower, take it as quickly as possible, or if you can't push the tower because, like, you know, there's somebody up there, roam. Start roaming to, like, help snowball other lanes, help the jungler out in ganking lanes, because it's going to make a huge difference. Like, when I was playing Talon mid, it's like, I just won the lane so easily because it's like the person just kept making mistakes. I picked up 3 kills before 5 minutes in the game. I was level 6 when they were level 4, walked in, killed them, roamed bot, killed bot, walked back mid, pushed mid, took the tower, walked back down bot, and got another kill. It all comes down to, like, you can't sit there and say that it's, oh, my team's feeding, there's no way I can carry. Like, the power to win games is in your hands. It's in yours. No one else's. Like, you can't expect your bot lane to just be God mode and win. You can't expect your top lane to win. You can't expect your jungler to win. You are the only one that you can trust in this game to win. You have to be confident in your decision in the champion that you picked, that you played. So if you pick a champion you're not really good with just because it counters, just saying, you picked a champion you're not really good with just because it counters the enemy mid laner. Like, now granted, if you play Talon and nothing but Talon mid, and they pick the one champion that you've never been able to win against with Talon, then by all means, at that point, don't try and fight the mid laner. Just farm up. When they back, punish them for backing. Go bot and get a kill. Go top and get a kill. Go into the enemy jungle and ward somewhere so you know where their blue buff is, so you know where their movements are. You try and coordinate. Like, it's all about what you do as your decisions in the game. There's so many times that I have raged out at my team because they were feeding while I'm playing in the mid lane and going, oh, my bot lane fed. Bot lane's 0-8, so yeah, we're going to lose this game. And it's my fault, not bot lanes, so they got outplayed, they got beat, they had a bad game. My fault, 1, for raging at them, 2, for not going down and helping them when I could have roamed at any given time, being that I was 4-0. You have to make the decision as whatever lane you're playing to know how to win your game. If you're playing the jungler, and you see, like, you know, mid lane struggling, but top lane and bot lane are winning, it's your job to kind of, like, either go and help mid lane win if they're not too far behind, where you're not just going to give up a double kill to their enemy mid laner, or to snowball your top and bot lane to where the mid laner being fed does nothing, because in all honesty, most mid laners, like, aside from a Katarina, only has the ability to assassinate or kill one target at a time, so long as you're not like going up against a Malphite Yasuo comp who's just gonna ult all 5 of you in the air and ult and you're all dead. But the rarity of it doesn't matter. Anyway, guys, I have actually got to get going to get to work. It's going to be one of those days, and this video is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but remember, it's all about your decisions on punishing someone for their mistakes and capitalizing on the mistakes made. That's all you have to do to carry in bronze, silver, and gold. Like, aside from warding, which was covered in video 1, like, there's a few other tactics that you can learn and a few other things that you can learn throughout it, and those will be covered in later videos, but start watching for mistakes that people make and learning to capitalize on them. Punish them for the mistakes, and you'll start carrying yourself a little bit better through the gold, bronze, and silver elos. Check it out. I will be back sometime next week or sometime this week with another video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.